Hello, this is Mevin V. Matthews and my register number is URK17CS098. So today I'll be doing the 7th experiment in Java Programming Lab, that is exception handling. I've got two questions here. Let us look at my questions. So my first question is to create a class account with attributes name, balance, ATM pin and create a subclass called ATM. So here I have to create an ATM class and I have to show the exception if the ATM pin is not valid or not entered as before. It will be throwing the exception invalid ATM pin exception. If I'm withdrawing money and if there is no cash in the ATM, then I'll be throwing the exception ATM is running out of cash. So this is my first program, and my second program is to implement stack operations. And if the during push operation, if the stack is full, then I'll be throwing stack full exception, and during pop operation, if the stack is empty, I'll be throwing stack empty exception. So these are my two programs. Let us look at the programs in Eclipse. So here I've created a class account which is extending from class exception. I've created a constructor of that class which will be receiving a string, and here I've used super keyword which will be calling the constructor. I've got a method input here which will through which I'll be taking the name, the pin and the balance. I've created a class ATM which is extending from account, and ATM constructor is there, and in it I've got a super keyword, and super keyword will be used to call that constructor. And I have created a method insert card which throws account. So here what happens is if the pin entered is not valid or is not equal to the pin entered before, it will be throwing the exception invalid pin. Else if pin is equal to the same pin entered, then I'll be calling the method withdraw and I'll be withdrawing money. So this is the method withdraw which throws account, and here I'm taking the amount to withdraw. In this also, if the balance is less than available cash, then I will be throwing the exception insufficient balance. Else there will be an updation in balance value, that is balance equal to balance minus available cash. So I'll be displaying the available balance here. I've created another class that is to. In it I have defined the main method, and here I've got a try block. In exception handling, try block is used to place the code which creates exception, and the catch block will be catching that from the try block, and that will be used to handle that exception. So this is about the program. Let us look at the working. So if I enter a pin which is other than any of the pins entered before, suppose 190, so it will be throwing an exception invalid pin. So this is about account program. Let's move on to stack program. So here I've created a class stack which is extending from the class exception. I've created a constructor of stack, and I've got a super keyword within it which will be calling the constructor. I'll be taking the size of the stack. So this is the push method. If top equals to full, then it will throw the exception stack is full. That is, no more elements can be inserted into the stack. And else, if the stack is not full, then an element will be pushed to the stack. And this is pop method which will be throwing stack. So if top equals to -1, that is if stack is empty, then I'll be throwing the exception stack is empty. Else the elements will be popped. I've got a display method which will be throwing if top equals to -1, stack is empty. Else I'll be printing the elements of top, that is element stored in index top. I've created a class demo where I'll be using switch case to perform the various operations push, pop, display according to the user's choice. So again, I've created a try block here where I have placed the code which is creating the exception. Catch block will be used to handle that exception. So there are a couple of try and catch blocks here. So let's just look at the working of the program. Size of the stack is 3. Push, push, push. So if I again push, then it will be showing stack full exception since the size of the stack is already full. Hence, it has shown the exception stack is full. This is all about the stack program with exception. Thank you for watching.